Okay, time to get you buried, guys. To Artist in Recovery slash Daryl, and to Reverend Ed Travers. Happy Easter, guys. Happy Trans Acceptance Day. I was going to be talking about a lot of things that Easter means to me. I've been going off at the deep end on this one, so it's going to be the third video in this series. So yeah, I'm sending it over to you guys this morning. I was going to be talking about how I celebrated Easter as a youth. I said it so a few times, and I'll say it again. This particular Easter it's getting harder and harder for me to celebrate the holidays because family's no longer here for me to celebrate them, so I have to deal with that. If you notice the picture I've got on my left shoulder, yeah, Ma back in 2013, Dave back in 2018. Celebrating holiday seasons, Christmas and Easter becomes even harder, and everything else every single day. But I wanted to share memories about how I celebrated Easter a bit. How does a kid celebrate Easter? I mean, hell, he sees a basket for the first time. He freaks out that he's got candy, he's got eggs. And the eggs are in there and they're hard boiled. But it's got a name on it. And it's got candy in it. Or maybe a little bit of a gimcrack or a tchotchke or a ticket to somewhere. It's like Christmas, except with food. Ma and Dave, or Ma basically, would busy herself the day before. We get the family meal fixed on that one. Ham and potato salad. Always been. Just mutates it into something else this year, and I can't even celebrate it because the food is not there. Screwed that one up myself. This year it's becoming harder and harder for me to celebrate it. Ham and potato salad, there was a certain flavor to it. Certain tangy sweetness to it. Add a bit of salt and it becomes, oh, food becomes gone. Get a ham, get baked, and have that warm ham with a cold potato salad. That was Easter. No. Easter was getting up early in the morning, about 2 o'clock in the morning. Showered, changed, dressed. I had to go to church, Ma. Come on, John. Time to go to church. Oh, good Lord. Stomach's growling, so I grabbed some candy. Hershey Kisses. You got enough? No. Come on. Hershey eggs. I always had to deal with the Hershey eggs. Either we pick up Grandma or we didn't pick up Grandma from Belle, or she was probably living with us at the time. But we traveled in the station wagon and we head over to the Hollywood Bowl. Okay, guys. Gerald's going to be shaking his head on this one. If you would kindly turn to your internet, to your computer devices, either by phone or by laptop or by mainframe or by whatever you're doing it with, I would suggest for you to go to Google Maps or Google Earth. Google Maps would suffice. Shall we begin? Kindly open up your hymnals to the Google Maps. I didn't say YouTube, I said Google Maps. An petulant person. On my particular Google Maps here, I got it set for home, Roseman, California. Setting it to the satellite view, where I would see the Antelope Valley. But this is not where we're going to, boys and girls. We're going over to see the Hollywood Bowl in sunny California. Well, we still are in California. Anyway. Okay, what I need for you to do, folks, is scroll when you see the wider shot being enlarged. Okay? You'll see this wedge-shaped area. Now, kindly maneuver the map southwards till you see this small blob called San Fernando Valley. Tightly compacted with a hell of a lot of freeways on there. So I would want for you to go to what's called the Cahuenga Pass. Now, if you follow the 170 freeway, which is to Hollywood. This particular freeway, well, let's see, it's got the 5 Hollywood interchange. 5 goes to the east, while the 170 connects up to the west side of it. So there's a bit of a split in the valley. Through the Cahuenga Pass, you'll probably see, if you scroll into the area of Universal Studios, but that's not where we're going. No, it isn't. So, in the pass, closer to the edge of Hollywood, there is what we call the Hollywood Bowl. You're going to see, as you keep scrolling on the 170, look for a lake that's called the Hollywood Reservoir. It's a bit southwest of it. But there should be a tag popping up, an identification tag. It says Hollywood Bowl. Get a bit of an image of it? Good. Hold on to that. Because another thing I also want to show you as well. And a bit of history on this one. A long period of time. I can't tell the exact history when this thing was made. But they made the Hollywood Bowl not just for, well, it was supposed to be a musical venue. But they also made it for religious venue as well, particularly Easter. On the east side of the freeway, nearly opposite, almost directly, almost along the line of sight there, there's a mountain range that things can be visibly seen on top of it, including lighted crosses. Now, I don't know when they installed this thing. I don't have the exact date on that. Maybe I'll do a historical on that one of these 3 days. But this was done on public land. Hold that thought. And this cross would be visible from the people from the, people are coming up on the 170 freeway and need a landmark. They see the Hollywood cross and it's like, oh, I know where the hell I am at. They would also see it in portions of Los Angeles or even the Hollywood area. If they looked at a direct angle at the Cahuenga Pass, you would see the lighted cross. It's only about 6 or 7 footer. It would be a white cross during the daytime, but I wouldn't see it as much. But at nighttime, that's when it shines. So it's basically a beacon. But it is a cross. And people would see this during the Easter sunrise services. Now, from the bowl itself, if you would see how it's kind of angled a little bit, you would see the cross on the right-hand side when you're sitting in the bleachers or in the box seats. And you would see this white emblem there. This was the constant on Easter services. But it was on every single night. It was on every single night. Imagine getting there about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, or almost that. And you're rolling right into the parking lot. A parking lot was a pain in the ass to get to, or even go through anyway. It's changed throughout the years, but they still have it the way they have it. Cars are lined up, stacked. You would have to wait for the line to move before your car can move up just to get out of the area. It's a hotspot venue for a hell of a lot of entertainment. Summertime, summer concerts over there, and other concerts happening in the area. But during Easter, this was packed. Now, growing up as a kid, this was also televised, I think from the 60s to 70s, about a decade or two. Canceled out in the 80s because they couldn't do it anymore. Local station out there was KTTV, and they were been trying to pick up from other areas, other media markets. But out here, if you watch Channel 11 or watch Channel 5 on Easter, you're able to see it through the independents. The nationals like Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 7, 7 being ABC, 4 being NBC, and 2 being CBS. Not out here. But KTLA Channel 5, yeah. And then there was KTTV Channel 11, which is now Fox. Anyway, the independents would do the Easter sunrise services. Rev, and I'm also talking to you, Daryl, artist of recovery. You remember the Partridge Family? Shirley Jones? Okay. She's still alive. She's still alive. She celebrated a birthday. Oh, gosh, she's in her 90s, and she still looks like she's a kid still. I would hope the voice would be still the same, because I remember her doing for several seasons. Going over to the Hollywood Bowl, she would read The Master. The Master is Coming. A story that I downloaded a while ago. And I still needed to read it and understand it. It's a poem. But to me it was still a story because it was about visitation from Christ and forgiveness. And it was about the Master coming into a town. And the people were so excited about it. But this one person in there, I think it was a woman, who wanted to make such an impression on the Master that she was willing to go to any lengths for it, but for her to get the gifts and the blessings. But in order to do that, she needed to have a perfect house. Clean the whole place up like crazy. She wanted it perfect to impress him. But there were 3 opportunities that came in. 3 people who needed her help. A person who was tired, a person who was hungry, and a person who just needed a hug and had a sore finger. She shooed him off, but she kept hoping the Master would come. She was praying to God on that one like crazy. And at the end of the day, when the sun set, she realized somebody else had gotten her stuff. While she's crying, the Master is stroking her hair a bit. She finally realizes it. And he told her, I came here 3 times and you shooed me off. How was I supposed to recognize you? I didn't notice you. You didn't come. I did. And the blessings that you wanted to receive during those times, you forfeit them. She prayed for forgiveness, and he said, I'll forgive you. But those kind of blessings, I'm sorry. One-time shot, apparently. I heard that story so many times in slight different variations, but it's still the same situation there. Still the same. And I had to be reminded of that story that I read. I had to be reminded of that story. My family would be going into the boxes. The boxes were usually um, private, but during the holiday season, actually during the Easter season itself, they're open. They're open to anybody who'd want to go over there. So it's like first come first serve, and you bring blankets because they were cold, or heavy jackets and blankets because it's cold in the morning. It was like about 40 degrees, and you're like cold enough to keep the chocolate solidified in the pocket without melting all over the place. So my stomach growled, popped in a candy. I was living on chocolate during that time. We'd watch it. Right behind us, in the center alleyway that they had, that was where that's where all the cameras were lined up, trying to get the best angle on the stage. I look at it now. I mean, it hadn't changed much except for over the past 4 decades. They've been changing a few things left and right on it. Trying to modify the stage, trying to modify other areas around it, but still, I mean, it's a hell of a thing to see, I'll tell you that much. They also have gift shops in the area. Very difficult to get up to there, especially when you're handicapped, especially when you have to keep pushing wheelchairs up there. Once you get into the box seat area, that you can put your wheelchair in, and handicapped accessible. We didn't get the front row, but we got back because we needed to get over there. But it was something because we would be watching it off to the side, but we'd be watching the whole thing. And on the stage itself, there would be this cross. Now they had bleachers on both sides on the stage for choral, but in the center you had the Christ box, I would call it, and you have children with black robes. And nearly at the end of the end of the sermon there, of the service, and they're singing Hallelujah. They take off the black robes, and here comes the whites. The black shawls come off, and we see the choir. And I remember Shirley Jones at a podium to the far left of it, or far right, depending on where they're going to be moving it to. And she'd be doing the master. That was the thing that was holding me. That was the thing that was still stuck in my head all the time, was the master. Because to me, it mattered the most. Everything else was okay. I mean, we're talking about the New Testament, and we're talking about the resurrection. But when they were talking about the Master, that was the thing that was sticking in my head all the time. That and the chocolate. I had tried, since the family passed, since Mom and Dave passed, to have an Easter basket ready to go with grass in it and a bunny in it. And when the time came, I put some eggs in it and then a candy in it. Because I needed to get the tradition. I needed to get that going. I wanted something that I could hold on to the past. The memories I wanted to hold on to. That mattered a great deal to me. looking back at this and seeing how things have changed throughout the years, sometimes I feel like things have mutated so badly that I don't even recognize it anymore. And I wanted that past to come back again because it hurt like hell. It did. It was hard. It was hard for me to deal with that because I didn't want to deal with it. I did not want to acknowledge it. The loss of family has really put me at, you know, at discomfort. It really has. That was a lot taller than I thought it was. I was talking about the cross. But seeing how things were, things changed so much. I couldn't even deal with the changes I got right now as it is. I mean, this particular Easter, I did a rush job on it. I didn't do the potato salad because I didn't know how to fix the damn potato salad. I mean, there's a certain level of taste, of mixture in it. I wanted David to come back from the dead just to fix this stuff. I got a cheap ass ham in there and I'm going to be using it for breakfast and for the rest of the day. But as for representation of what the holiday means, it seems like I've lost the blessings. The memories, the feelings, the thoughts, the moods, everything. It seems like I've been trying to focus more and more of how to say or what to say or how to react if the master comes through my door. But I haven't been busting an ass on this one trying to keep the place clean. But I kept wanting somebody to bust through the door. Just to say I need your help. You know what it's like to being of service, Rev? You know what it's like to being of service? You put yourself aside and you put the cares of the other person in front. And you don't care what the hell happens to you. You care about what happens to that person or what that task is, and you get it going and get it done. A long time I've been living through that one. And these days, I've been living more with the pain and loss and memories. I had learned how to move on and let go. Some things actually matter a great deal to me, and when they do, I hold on to it real damn hard. But the problem is, I just have to let it go eventually. And I'm afraid of that. The memories I have concerning about my family are important to me. But they also add a hell of a lot of pain to it. And a lot of growth, they said. Now, I've been through the times when I had to mask my pain and my mourning, my depressions, everything else, just to get through life in itself. And sometimes feign being happy at times. Maybe deep inside I probably wasn't. Still scared of life and everything else happening. And angry. Fear turns outward, anger. Fear turns inward, depression. Was both. And holiday seasons like that I looked forward to and hold on to the memories because it was with family. The most important thing in my life was family. And you lose that, I think I lost my mind and almost lost my soul. I know my soul belongs to God, but my ass, I don't know who the hell it belongs to. So I wouldn't even know how to talk to Christ if he was here about it. Or let alone God Almighty, try to talk to him about it. I try to talk to him like I talk to you guys. Hopefully without the saltier language. I was hoping maybe both of them would understand. I was hoping maybe I'd understand them. Maybe I'm too damn afraid of what's needed. There's some things I do have to let go. You talk about resurrection of life everlasting. How about the resurrection of trying to let go of things? Understanding that you have to let go of things. Because if you don't, I just trying to understand. I feel like I've screwed this holiday up again. Like I'd screwed up Christmas. Because I miss my family that badly of losing track of a lot of things in my lifetime that really do matter a great deal to me. That I wouldn't even know how to handle it. I'm afraid to handle it. I'm switching these things to unlisted because I don't want anybody else to hear this thing, okay? I needed to talk to some people about this. And you guys were the only ones I could trust. I know I'm full of an idiot, Rev. I said so before. I stated it for a fact. I kept telling that stuff to God all the time. And maybe it sickens God for me saying that. He didn't create a fool and idiot. He created a wonderful person, according to some people. I'm not so wonderful. It requires an ego and an id right there that I don't want. But who the hell am I to go against God's judgment or God's viewpoint? Except a very pain in the ass to God or obtuse. And it seems like if Christ was here, I'd miss him altogether. It wasn't the blessings I was looking for. I was trying to get back to thoughts and feelings I had concerning about Easter that I felt. About how special it was to me. Only because I had family over there. And not just because of the potato salad and the ham and the chocolates. I got the chocolates. I got a cheap ass ham and I got egg salad. With macaroni. But I wouldn't know what to say or do. Sometimes it hurts so damn badly I focus more on that particular topic of hurt instead of seeing beyond that what mattered the most. And I guess I'm missing out on that one too. I've screwed up a lot in my lifetime. I know there is human to fail things up greatly requires a computer. An old lady's joke. But these days I wonder, not requiring a computer to screw things up is human decisions. If I've made the right choices or not. And how I'm supposed to be able to be viewing myself in that kind of form and format. How would God deal with an asshole like me in the first place? Have I been mean and nasty to other people? Tried not to be. And I still got to work on that. But other things matter a great deal, you know. Yeah, I tear myself apart in situations like this because I still got to see some things about me. Whether or not if I'm actually doing things the right way or not. If I am, then maybe I'm trying to do it. I just hope God would have understanding better than I do. That's the thing I have to keep understanding. God knows more about it than I do. I'm so densely packed. I'm so damn dense. It's not even funny. Again, how the hell does he deal with a schmuck like me in the first place? Honest to God, I don't know. I can't even deal with a schmuck like me. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good Easter. I'll rap at you later.